The life of a man is defined not by comfort, fleeting pleasures, or the approval of others, but by the strength of his character and the virtues he upholds. Aristotle understood this deeply. The true power of a man lies in his moral excellence, courage, and discipline. While the modern man chases instant gratification, digital validation, and hollow victories, the traditional man builds a foundation that commands respect and inspires loyalty. Virtue is magnetic. It draws others, especially women, who sense the difference between emptiness and substance. In this video, we reveal Aristotle's forgotten secret: how cultivating virtues elevates a man's life and makes him irresistibly attractive. By embracing discipline, courage, and honor, you will understand why the traditional man's path surpasses all superficial rewards. This is philosophy in action, the code of masculinity waiting to be reclaimed. The modern man often confuses convenience with strength. He spends his life seeking approval on social media, indulging in instant pleasures, and avoiding discomfort at all costs. Aristotle warned that a man who neglects the cultivation of virtue becomes enslaved by desire and weakness. In contrast, the traditional man understands that true power comes from self-control, responsibility, and moral excellence. Women, consciously or unconsciously, are drawn to the man who embodies these virtues. They sense the energy of someone who can protect, lead, and provide stability. The modern man's charm is shallow. It fades under pressure. Without discipline, courage, or purpose, he is easily manipulated and loses himself in fleeting attractions. Aristotle's teachings remind us that the path of virtue is not only ethical, it is magnetic, commanding respect and admiration from all who encounter it. Masculine virtue is the cornerstone of attraction and respect. Aristotle emphasized courage, wisdom, temperance, and justice as qualities that define a truly noble man. The traditional man embraces these virtues daily, facing challenges head-on and mastering his desires rather than being ruled by them. Women are instinctively drawn to men who embody this strength, not because of wealth or status alone, but because of the integrity and inner power they radiate. The modern man, in contrast, confuses temporary charm with lasting influence, seeking validation instead of cultivating character. Virtue creates a presence that commands attention, subtly influencing every interaction. A man who lives by principles, who acts with purpose, and who restrains impulse becomes irresistible, not through manipulation, but through authenticity, discipline, and a life aligned with timeless truths. Aristotle's lessons show that attraction is a natural byproduct of moral excellence, not a superficial performance. Women, according to Aristotle, are not merely companions, but mirrors reflecting a man's strengths and weaknesses. The traditional man recognizes this subtle influence, understanding that her reactions often reveal his own areas of growth. He does not seek to control or manipulate, but to elevate himself, knowing that true attraction stems from character and purpose. The modern man, however, is often ensnared by fleeting desires, mistaking attention for admiration and losing his sense of direction in the process. By observing and respecting the subtle cues of women, the traditional man refines his virtues, cultivates patience, and strengthens his discipline. In essence, women act as catalysts, not rewards. Their presence challenges the man to confront his flaws, sharpen his mind, and elevate his actions. Through this dynamic, attraction becomes a reflection of inner mastery rather than external effort. Aristotle teaches that desire must be guided by reason, not impulse. The traditional man channels his energy, including sexual energy, into higher pursuits, skill, discipline, and virtue. He does not deny pleasure, but understands its proper place within a life of purpose. The modern man, in contrast, chases immediate gratification, becoming distracted, weakened, and unfulfilled. By mastering desire, the traditional man preserves his focus, strengthens his character, and naturally becomes more attractive. Women are drawn not to indulgence, but to the man who embodies self-control and a clear sense of direction. Purposeful living transforms fleeting desires into a driving force that builds authority, confidence, and magnetism. The interplay of desire and discipline is where true masculine power emerges, where the man becomes both steady and compelling without resorting to manipulation or superficial charm. The traditional man is shaped by virtue, discipline, and responsibility. He embraces challenges, cultivates strength, and respects timeless principles. His life is guided by purpose, not fleeting desires or social trends. The modern man, however, seeks comfort, instant gratification, and validation from external sources. He confuses indulgence with freedom and mistakes attention for influence. Women instinctively sense these differences. The traditional man exudes stability, confidence, and depth, while the modern man radiates uncertainty and weakness. Aristotle's philosophy shows that true attraction comes not from words or appearances, but from the integrity of character, the mastery of desires, and the pursuit of meaningful goals. To embody the traditional ideal is to command respect, inspire loyalty, and naturally draw women who value substance over superficiality. As the traditional man embraces virtue and discipline, he begins to see the subtle forces shaping women's behavior. He understands that admiration is earned, not demanded, and that true attraction responds to strength of character rather than empty words or fleeting charm. The modern man, distracted by instant gratification and shallow interactions, fails to recognize this truth, chasing illusions that leave him drained and weak. By cultivating patience, wisdom, and unwavering principles, the traditional man becomes a figure of magnetic authority, a presence that naturally commands respect. Virtue becomes not only a moral compass, but also a strategic advantage, revealing the deeper dynamics of desire and influence. Every choice, every act of restraint, and every commitment to higher purpose strengthens his aura, setting him apart from men who seek validation in transient pleasures. The journey is demanding, yet it illuminates the path to a life where freedom, purpose, and genuine connection intersect, showing that mastery over oneself is the ultimate power over others. The journey of the traditional man is not one of shortcuts or illusions. It demands self-mastery, courage, and a commitment to timeless virtues. Modern distractions and fleeting pleasures offer the illusion of power, but they leave the man hollow and vulnerable. Aristotle teaches that true magnetism arises from the cultivation of character, wisdom, and purpose. By embracing discipline, striving for excellence, and honoring principles, the traditional man stands apart, respected, admired, and naturally irresistible. Women are drawn not to empty promises or charm, but to the substance that defines him. In a world of passing trends, the virtuous man becomes a living testament to strength, integrity, and the enduring power of masculinity.